light. Don't look all that bad. Gotta do the best with what I got. I have this ring light here that actually belongs to my wife. Using it because number one, it runs off battery, and therefore I don't have to be sitting in the dark here when I'm trying to make a video. So this is not going to be a really long live. I'm actually headed over to the gym, which is literally about a good 3 minutes from where I live at, but I wanted to come on here and talk about, turn this music down. I wanted to talk about family. You know, we're in the holiday season. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is like a double-edged, the holidays in general, I'll say, is like a double-edged sword to some people. Some people love them, some people hate it, others just kind of in the gray area with it, so to speak. I remember when I was a kid, the holidays were always something to look forward to. It was amazing. We had great Thanksgivings, great Christmases. It was just really nice as a child. Family would gather, we'd have conversations. It was just a real good vibes all throughout my childhood. But times begin to change as we got older, and by we, me, my siblings, just people in general, cousins, everybody started to grow up. Everybody started to either have their own family, or they just started moving away. You know, people grow up, people become adults, I get it. But I gotta say it, when my great-grandparents passed away, when they passed away, that is when everything fell apart. That's when they all fell apart. And it's kind of like that in a lot of families. Like, you always have like that great grandmother or great grandfather or grandfather or grandmother that basically is like the cement to the family. They keep everybody together. Everyone gathers at grandma's house. Everyone gathers at, grandpa's house, or whatever the case may be. And it's just a great time. I remember all of that stuff growing up as a kid. Going to my grandparents' house, who live in another state, to go visit during Christmas and Thanksgiving. It was just great. So fun. And I'm actually here at the gym now, but I'll sit out here for a few minutes to let these supplements kind of do what it is they need to do, get in my system. And as it stands right now, it's not a lot of people here at the gym because everybody's out Black Friday shopping. So if you are watching, that is what's up. Go ahead and hit that like button. I definitely would appreciate it. But I'll sit here for about a good 10-15 minutes, just kind of waiting until these supplements kick in so I can get in here and do some legs. What's up, bro? Welcome on in, my man. Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. How's it going? So good to see you, my man. Let me see what's going on. How we doing, Aiden? Yo, what's up? What's up? I am great. I'm just sitting up here right now, just vibing, going live, just chatting about family at the moment. I just pulled up at the gym. I live about 3 minutes away from my gym. I just signed up over here about a month ago. Best decision I could have ever made. Convenience above everything. So I really don't feel like driving 15 minutes across town just to go work out. So yeah. But before I go in here, I just wanted to sit here and chat with you all. I told myself I was going to go live a little bit more on this channel. So here we are again. We went live the other day, and here we are again. But anyway, I want to talk about family. So I'm not very, very close with my family. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, I don't hate any of my family members, but we just are not close. And as much as my mom, as much as she doesn't want to accept that or believe that, that literally is the case. And it didn't used to always be that way. Like I was saying, when I pulled up here, I remember when we were kids, we would often always do family functions, family gatherings. I stayed with my great grandparents. I've told people that before on this channel. They are or were my mom's grandparents, so I lived with them, and they were literally like the glue to the family. They kept everybody together. They kept everybody around each other, and they were just the ones we relied on. And when they passed away, oh man, the family act like they couldn't keep it together, unfortunately. And like I said, I got 2 brothers, 2 sisters. One of my sisters I have no connection with whatsoever. She's on my dad's side. I've only met her a couple of times. My brothers and my sister, we all grew up together, so of course we know each other very well. But unfortunately, life ended up getting in the way of those bonds. It ended up getting in the way of us staying connected. Kids came into the mix. Marriages came into the mix. My sister moved up to Virginia, and now it's like we don't even talk, man. Like, we don't even talk anymore. Like, none of us chat anymore. Like, there's no birthday texts, no birthday calls, there's no happy Thanksgivings, there's no Christmas, Merry Christmas, there's nothing. Like, and it's concerning to me because, like, one of these days, like, we're all going to be, like, up in the age. Uh-oh. Hopefully this thing didn't die out too fast. Yeah, there we go. One of these days, we're going to be up in the age, and it's just going to feel weird to be, like, 60-something, 70-something years old. Yeah, I guess this thing is just inherited. It's going to be weird being that old and not talking to each other, and I really don't know what I can do on my own. I just feel like it gets a little old, always trying to keep the peace. I mentioned this on our podcast the other day. I'm very good at keeping people together, at assembling people, but when it comes to my own family, unfortunately, I feel like nobody really wants to listen. Nobody wants to pay me any attention. I don't know whether they even pay each other attention, but it's just, yeah, bro, it hits different when the glue is gone, bro. Exactly. Nice, man. I've been looking for a gym, but I haven't had much luck. What do you want out of a gym, Aiden? What do you want out of a gym? That's gonna answer a lot of questions right there, as far as what you're looking for in the gym. You're looking for something hardcore. You're looking for something where you can just get something done. I'm at Planet Fitness right now. For years, I hated this place. I hated Planet Fitness because I was at a point in my life where I was just doing hardcore bodybuilding, and I just wanted to lift super heavy, and I couldn't do that at Planet Fitness. The weight just wasn't heavy enough. You can't deadlift, you can't bench press, you can't squat, free weight, can't do none of that. So I was like, I can't train here. But now that I'm no longer in that phase of my life, and I just want to be healthy, and I just want to be strong. I just want to be healthy, and I just want to be agile and moving. Planet Fitness is perfect for me because I do a lot of cardio, and I don't really lift as heavy as I used to back in the day. But like I was saying, as we got older, we just lost contact with each other. And I've learned over the course of years that sometimes strangers can be closer to you than your own family members, unfortunately. And if you're just coming into the live, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Helps out this channel a lot. The channel has been experiencing a lot of growth over the last week. So we want to try to keep that momentum going, and it's all because of y'all out there. I really appreciate your support. But I've met a lot of people, and Bearded Legend Gaming here being one of them. I've met so many individuals who were not necessarily my blood, but they have been supportive, they have been interactive, they have been attentive. They just been there. And I remember, I would hear this growing up, blood is thicker than water. I mean, blood is thicker than water, but blood's not necessarily reliable either. Like some people's worst enemies are their family members. Like real talk, some people's worst enemies are their siblings. Some people's worst enemies are their parents or cousins or uncles or something like that. And I feel like throughout my life, like I've had my share of problems and issues out of just random people. But when it comes to like just prolonged beef, it's always been a problem with like me and my sister. Like we've always bumped heads, and it's crazy. Right now it's kind of like a gray area. We don't have any problems at the moment, but it's one of those cases where if I let her get too close, there's a chance that she may revert back to some of those old ways that kind of made us depart in the beginning. And my mother was, us being her children, trying to keep the peace, trying to keep everybody together, and then like any parent would. But as we age, again, coming into the holiday season, which is what prompted me to make this video, this live, everyone's always talking about like coming together and family, and I don't get that anymore. Like there's not even a conversation anymore among any of my family members whatsoever. So if it's family functions, usually I go to, it's my wife's folks. It's my wife's family, which they look at me like a son, exactly like that. My mother-in-law calls me her son. And that's it. But it's just sad how when the foundation crumbles, that being my great-grandparents, all the other members of the family just fall apart. And it's all the more reason why I try so hard to be a good father. I try really hard to let my sons know how important it is to stay together no matter what. And just the importance of just etiquette in the household, because I'm not going to let my children, my sons, I'm not going to let any of them fall out with each other. I'm just not having it. And we're going to stick it out no matter what. It's going to be lots of family functions as we grow older as a family. And I don't want to repeat of, what I've experienced with, my immediate family, of course. Like I said here in the beginning, I don't hate them at all. I love them. And I do wish them the best. I just wish that things were a little bit different. And maybe they will be different a little bit into the future, whatever the case may be. But I'm definitely at this point where I can't really give it any more of my time. I can't give it any more energy. And I'll just, all of y'all out there can relate too. Maybe you're not that close with those people in your life who share the same blood as you, and it's okay. Just give the energy to who gives you energy. Pour into you who pours it, and pour into whoever pours into you. And if that's a good friend or a close acquaintance or something like that, consider them to be your family. And that's completely fine, because family is not always going to be related to you. It's not always going to be blood. Sometimes family is other individuals who you may have just met throughout life, people you met on the internet. And I know it blows my mind. And I remember my mom, she was talking about something a while back, maybe about a year or so ago, because, every so often she'll get in her feelings about this. And it always comes back to this morbid conversation of like, when that time comes, who's gonna really be there? Who's gonna really be at your funeral? Is it gonna be these random people that you meet that you call your friends, or is it gonna be your family members? You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, your family's gonna be there out of obligation anyway. Then it's not like they're gonna be there because they're just so sad, that whomever is no longer here, if you didn't even establish a relationship with them, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even matter. I mean, if you're dead and gone, you're just dead. You don't care who's there. If I'm being honest with you. But I know for a fact, if any of my friends, God forbid, passed away and, the funeral was being held, I would go and visit them. I would definitely go and see how they're doing and check them out and make sure that, I'm just there to be their friend and to show support to their family. What's going on, Showtime? Good to see you. Welcome back over to the channel. Welcome back. How are you feeling today? So good to see you. We're just talking about family right now. What is family? What does it mean to you or anybody here in the chat? Because again, I was just explaining to people that I'm not really that close to my family. Although I do love them, we just don't really have a really strong relationship. I wish it was different, but there ain't really nothing I can do about that. I wish I could. Yeah, Showtime. Showtime was here a couple of days ago, Bearded. Just really, really putting the pieces together with this YouTube channel, trying to establish a community. And like I said earlier, the channel has experienced some growth over the last week, which I'm ecstatic about. Let me see. Everything family is needed for a person to grow. Yes. But you also got to have that family participate in that, bro. Like, they got to be on the same page. And unfortunately, sometimes the family that you're born into, they're not on the same page. Like, they have their own agendas, their own way of going about things. Like, and that's the problem with my family. Like, the problem with my family is that everyone kind of wants to just do their own thing. And the only time it seems like within the last 4 years that we congregate together is when somebody passes away. And I hate that so much. And we often have that conversation like, we got to do better. Things that got to be better, blah, 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 blah. And I hate to say it like that, but that's just how it goes in my family, unfortunately. Well, it's almost like they'll forget that we had that conversation when something happens. And then as soon as somebody passes away, it's boo-hoo-hoo. And, everyone wants to just come together all of a sudden. So I hate it, man. I really do. Because I'm a very family-oriented person, and I can't do everything by myself. I can't do everything by myself, man. I'm tired of, trying to, bring us together. And there's been so many times I have tried to get one of my brothers to go out and let's go bowling, let's go do something, let's get together, and it just never happens. And like I said, my sister, she's wishy-washy herself. She's up in Virginia, and I kind of have to keep her at a distance. And my youngest brother is just doing his own thing, with his tennis. And, I just like, you know what? I'm only going to try so hard, okay? I'm only going to try so hard. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life trying to assemble the Avengers. I'm not going to do that, okay? When something go down, Mom, Dad, Sis, come together. I'm not doing that. I'm not Nick Fury. Not at all. Family ain't always blood, but it's family. But it is family. It's definitely needed. Yes. Yes, absolutely. You know what they say, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. You got to deal with the hand you got, right? And that's where I'm at right now. Showtime. Again, I do love each member of my family. And if I didn't, then I wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation. I would not be sitting here mentioning them if I didn't love them. You know, I would just continue on with my life. I would continue just worrying about. I don't like using the word worrying. I would just continue focusing on my tribe, on my circle, if I didn't really care about my family. You know what I mean? Like, I do absolutely care. And you're right, you can't choose your family. You can't choose your mom, can't choose your dad. As long as there's no disrespect or abuse going on, then yeah, you kind of have to deal with the hand that you have. And I've never dealt with any abuse. I've never dealt with any disrespect outside of my sister. But that again, that's a whole nother case in itself, a whole nother story. So, but I love to talk about family because, again, I'm a family guy. I ain't Peter Griffin, but I'm a family guy. And, you know, one of these days, I'm sure that, you know, my family, my immediate family, we will, you know, get it together, make things happen, of course. And I don't know. I know that right now, if I just sit and think about it, like, everyone's kind of just doing their own thing. Like, my mom, she is, you know, trying to establish herself in the workforce, possibly moving away to another state. And my brothers, you know, they work. My sister, I think she just finished school. And then there's me over here, you know, doing my own thing, raising 3 kids and being married. So it's a lot. It's a whole lot going on right now. When I was a kid, I used to be close with my brother. So are you not close with your brother anymore? We suddenly stopped talking. Okay, so you said you suddenly stopped talking. Okay, did something happen that made you and your brother stop talking? I mean, because, again, I could tell you with me, again, I don't talk to my siblings at all. But it's weird, man, like, because it's not like I don't love them, and it's not like I don't care about them. We just don't talk. It's just, I don't know. Like, I got nothing bad to say about my brothers. Like, I'm not even gonna say anything negative about my sister, even though me and her bumped heads our whole life. But I can't say anything negative about my brothers. Like, I just know they work hard and they got their own life, and it is what it is. And they probably, you know, look at me the same way. You know, D works hard. He got his family. You know, let him just do his thing. Then after he got married, and I put the effort, now we have a conversation sometimes. So you feel like you had to step in and create that line of connection. Then is what it sounds like. You see, that's one thing I get. I'm not gonna lie to you, Showtime. That has been my character my whole life. I have always been the one in every situation, whether it's family, a friend, somebody I want to get to know. I'm always that one that makes that point of connection, trying to link up with somebody to get to know them or to get their attention. And to be quite frank, you know, you get tired of doing that. Like, why do I always have to be the one to see if you're okay? Why don't you check on me? Why don't you see how I'm doing? It would be nice to even figure out if I'm still alive, you know. But I always feel it in my heart to reach out and to create that connection with people, and that just gets old at the end of the day, you know. Relationships have to go 2 ways. Honestly, don't know why we stopped. It's been that many years ago. Some people just stop talking, man, because, again, life happens. We have kids, we get jobs, things, people get sick, things just happen. I get it, but I know, dude, guys, I know people who are like really busy people, but they always like tend to make time for their family, like all the time. Like, it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter where. They always tend to make time for their family members. And I think that takes some intentionality, that takes some love and effort. And yeah, That's exactly. It's a two-way. Yes, Bearded. It is a two-way street. I can't be calling you all the time to see if you good. I can't be texting you all the time to see if you want to grab some lunch or see if you want to get some coffee. I can't keep doing that. You know, that's not beneficial for me, because think about this for a second. When somebody reaches out to you to ask you these things, it makes you feel good, right? Like, it makes you feel important. It makes you feel like, well, you know what? Somebody's thinking of me. It makes you feel loved. But if you don't ever get that in return, it's like, well, what am I really getting out of this? If I'm always the one that has to reach out to you when it comes to, you know, trying to connect or link up. Like, and that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm tired of doing it. You know, and there's been people that I have lost connections with because I'm always having to be that person that wants to see if you want to link up or if you want to get together and make things happen. I get tired of doing that, guys. Like, this gets old at the end of the day. I hate to do this. I probably should have I probably should have done this earlier, but I was busy. Hold on. Turn this off. I probably should have did this earlier, but I need to get in here and go work out. The gym closes at I still got plenty of time. Ooh, it's cool out here, man. It's chilly. Feels great. Gym closes at about 10, and it ain't nobody here, man. I'm about to have a great workout. Really good workout. And I would take y'all in here with me as I work out, but I don't really like to do that. First of all, I don't like people looking at all of my business and stuff. And when I come to the gym, I really want to, like, this is my me time, to where, you know, I'm trying to, you know, just work on myself, put my headphones in, and just do what I do. You feel me? So if y'all just tuning into the stream, be sure to give it a like. Definitely appreciate that. Where's my gym bag at? What the hell? Maybe it's on the other side of here. Gym bag at? Let me see. There it is. Nope, that ain't it either. I know I didn't take it inside. Oh, yeah. I didn't even drive. I remember now. My gym bag is in another car. I have two cars. And I came up here earlier in the other car. Great. Awesome. So I don't have my bag. But you know what, though? It's going to be all right. It's all good. So, all right. Y'all have a great night. I might come back a little bit later. It depends. I might come back a little bit later. It is, we just never clicked. We actually had a conversation like I don't talk, and it just said this after the marriage. But I do know that sometimes we try to find excuses just to talk to each other, or that's what I think. Get it together. I know, right? I started thinking somebody stole my bag. I'm like, why would you want my gym bag? That's kind of weird. Let me show y'all. This parking lot. Ain't that many people here. You know where they at, right? Black Friday shopping. And that's another thing. Don't run me over, man. Let me go this way. I went out to the mall today. It was crazy. It was insane. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Stay warm out there. Be blessed. Peace.